I just did my COVID test, had to administer it myself, which I think made it worse. Yeah, that sucked.
So Alan just texted me from work. They confirmed that his coworker has COVID. So now Alan has to be tested for COVID and possibly us. I hate this for his coworker that actually has COVID. I'm concerned that now we've been exposed to COVID and we're gonna have to keep the kids in and cancel all of our plans and hope that we don't have COVID. It's kind of a scary time when you just found out that somebody in your family, in your household, has been exposed to COVID, because there are so many things that COVID can do to you long term that we don't understand or know about yet. And that's the part that scares us, is the idea of what it's going to do to our bodies and what's going to come about later from this. And the fact that everybody, except for me, Alan, Jesse, Olivia, just got over being sick makes us concerned that maybe we did have COVID. I mean, you guys just saw the vlog where Jesse went to the doctor because he had a fever and Olivia was sick and Alan was sick. Like, it's possible that we had it. I mean, who really knows? It's making us rethink what the sign and symptoms are, and just because you don't have symptoms, does that mean that you don't have COVID? But there's plenty of illnesses out there that aren't COVID. It's so confusing. I hope that any of you guys watching this haven't actually had COVID. But have you guys had a COVID test, or have you guys had somebody close to you test positive for COVID? Can you comment down below and let us know? Comment if you're comfortable actually sharing that with us. Obviously, I understand that some of you aren't comfortable because nobody wants to be around somebody with COVID. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see and hope for the best. So, Alan, what's been going on?
Been working, getting COVID, possibly. One of my coworkers tested positive for COVID. I'm gonna go in and get tested to see if I have been exposed to it.
And then if he tests negative, he gets to go back to work. If he tests positive, obviously he's not going back to work, and then we all get to get tested. The boss told all of them to go get a COVID test, and then if they're negative, they can come back. And then you're scheduled, what, tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
Good morning.
Here we go. So, I have to do this to myself. Like, perform the test. I'm not a medical expert. I don't know how to...
Alan just came home from his test.
I am here to get tested.
And he brought Starbucks. Such a good husband.
Easiest way to do it. Nor do I know where to go.
It is very interesting to hear Alan's experience with the COVID test versus mine.
Proceed to drive through for testing. Appointment required.
Because they were entirely different.
That's fun.
I had to have a COVID test at OSU. He just went to CVS.
Yeah, apparently I actually go through the drive-through.
Mine was just a preventative measure. I had no signs or anything like that. I just needed to get a
She had to have it so that she could have actual medical tests.
Yeah, I needed a medical
Performed
test
on her.
performed, and they won't do it unless you have a negative COVID test.
Well, that's a little messed up.
I had to take the pre-test for the test.
This sucks.
He did his himself.
This sounds stupid, but I'm nervous.
They did mine on me. I mean, I still stayed in the car.
Go ahead and give me a second to get your testing kit ready.
All right.
They had an entirely much longer stick than his little Q-tip.
Yeah, mine was literally just a Q-tip. Up my nose, twice, for 15 seconds each.
And mine was done on me.
Have a strong desire to prevent yourself from doing it.
Very interested to see how this goes.
Me too. I will apparently get my results back in 2 to 4 days, or 5 to 7, or maybe never. I don't know.
We have not told the kids about Alan's coworker and Alan having the COVID test. What we're doing is waiting till the test results come back and then telling Jesse. Obviously, Olivia doesn't understand very much, so not a big deal. Jesse did have some plans this weekend. Obviously, we canceled them. We're not going to be going anywhere. We're just staying home all weekend now. I just told him that last night. I'm like, hey, we're just going to stay home all weekend. He's like, what? Why? Sorry, Alan's still working on his cameraman skills.
It's gonna be shaky. Anytime it's shaky, it's because I have the camera.
Anyways, I just told Jesse we're not doing anything this weekend. He's like, what? I'm like, feed him dinner, put on the TV, no questions asked. We're good now.
Yep.
Distractions. Important, well-placed distractions. Once we get the test results back, then we'll tell Jesse. But I don't want him worried about it because, you know, he hears a lot about COVID.
Yeah.
So I just don't want him worried about things unnecessarily.
And there's literally nothing you can do. So
Exactly. So there's no point of stressing him out unnecessarily. So once we get the test results, we'll tell him. We'll just go from there.
yeah.
It says 2 to 3 days or 5 to 7 days. Oh, and I mean, the kids didn't go to school today.
No.
But they were already scheduled to have a day off, so that worked perfect.
Yeah, it did.
First thing you're going to want out there is going to be another bag with a file and a packet of cotton swabs inside.
Yeah, there we go. Alright.
Just go ahead and take both of those out from the bag.
Alright.
And then go ahead and open the cotton swabs first. The easiest way to open them is if you push them up from the bottom to the top of the wrapper.
Okay.
And then go ahead and open the file. There is liquid inside of there, so just be careful with filling that.
Okay.
Alright, and then with one cotton swab, you're going to take it out. You're going to start it into your nose about 1 inch. And you're going to swab in a circular motion for about 15 seconds, and I'll count it and I'll let you know when you're good to remove it.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready. Alright, that should be good. Now with the same side you just used, you're going to swab your other nostril.
Okay.
Alright, that should be good. Now with the same side that went into your nose, you're going to place that down into the liquid in the vial, and then you can close the cap.
Alright.
Alright, and then there should be another bag with orange markings on it.
Yep.
So go ahead and open the compartment at the top, and then place the vial down into the bag. And then you can seal that up.
Alright.
Alright, and then that bag's going to go into the white drop box mounted on the wall.
Okay.
There's going to be a third bag with sanitizing wipes inside of it. If you don't mind wiping the box down for me before
Sure.
you head out.
Yep.
And then if you haven't got your MyChart profile set up yet, you want to do that. That's where your test results are going to show up.
Okay.
Alright?
Alright, thank you.
All set. Have a good one.
You too. Pull up here. Put it in the little dropping box. Get my sanitation wipes. Here. Get that back. Alright. Alright, well. That sucked. Wow. Now my nose hurts and tickles. It just feels weird. I don't like it at all. So according to the sign, should get my results back in 2 to 3 days or 5 to 7. I should just say 2 to 7 days. if I get them back in 2 to 3 days, I have my doubts. So, I mean, it needed to be done, but it sucked. Now I hope for a negative. Fingers crossed. I'm getting Starbucks because I deserve it.
I'm watching the video that Alan just filmed, and I just watched where Alan's like, I'm gonna go have Starbucks because I deserve it. And I'm like, Alan, did you learn nothing from my video that I just posted saying stop using food as a reward? Like, seriously, did you learn nothing?
Yes. A reward for good behavior. So this is a medical procedure in the loosest term. Uses term of the words.
I would like to point out that these are the bad lifelong habits that are created when you don't fix it in childhood.
Starbucks wasn't around when I was in childhood. Nah.
I would like to point out that I could crop that and edit that out, but I'm leaving it in there for an example of nobody is perfect and we can all use improvement.
That's right.
Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video with us. And as soon as we get the test results in, we will let you know what's going on with that. And until then, I guess the kids are just going to be doing distance learning. We'll see how that actually goes. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and turn on your notifications bell. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Click on this video. Will you please click on this video? Come on, push it. Can you please subscribe? Can you please push that subscribe button? Or, for the other video, you're going to press this button. Go on, click this button, or this button, or this button. Well, mostly this button. I would like it if you did.